Hello and welcome. Today is Friday, the 4th day of November 2016. My name's Derek. Welcome to the Silver Charts channel. I've had a lot of audio sync issues that I'm trying to resolve, so I can't make this too long, and I gotta put this in a way in case it's still problematic that'll be easy for you to follow. Going over every time frame, but I'm gonna have to go through this a lot faster than I originally intended to. So we're gonna go through each one, talking about key resistance, key supports when you get in, because my whole plan was talking about this here, you break resistance, you go higher. This support level, you break it, well, that failed. You break through this support, that one won. And then other ones, break resistance, win, break resistance, win. Breaking support was a win in here, and breaking resistance was a win as far as making bets, because sometimes it's going to be a losing situation. What we're looking for is a break of this resistance to go to here. Usually it wins, but that play doesn't always. On the weekly chart, I can spend, if you look for it, you can find 6 or 7 times where if you bet, you probably lose, like shorting here, going long here, shorting here, maybe even going long here. But going long here was fine, here was fine, and so on. Where we stand today, breaking down below this support, when I'm looking for where the targets would go, if it's this close to the key fib point, that's not enough. I would probably expect it to go into here. And then price action has to be above the 2021 point to get bullish. If we move this on to the monthly chart, obviously getting above this resistance point to this next key level. That's what you're looking for. As far as the quarterly time frame is concerned, what we're looking for is on a break below this support, a move to here. And if it goes higher, this would indicate a pattern of a failed breakdown, but you really need price action to get into the high 20s to confirm bullishness. What that would mean is you'd be kind of, maybe you think dumb, or not dumb, that's a bad word to use, idiotic to buy at 26 compared to 18, but really that strategy means, well, I want to get cheaper, so I'd rather buy at 10 and than I would at 18. But if I'm wrong, I'll have to pay the price, pay the piper, and buy at 26. So that's the type of strategies as far as you look for when you play this type of game, I think. And now let's go on to the yearly chart. I mean, I'm going through this fast. And I'm going to remove a lot of these indicators in here, but where do we stand within this? You're in the correctionary phase from the last run higher. And break of this resistance, well, that's a key point. And I've talked about where do we go based on whatever kind of deal. Well, if I don't have previous data and $80, $200, meaning we're going to uncharted territories, I have to use a different method because I have to, obviously. So what is there? One, historically, when we broke this resistance at about 260, it went to about 660. So that's a gain of less than triple, better than double. About $1.20 on 50. But also breaking past this resistance came up here. That's 6 and change to 50. That's 7.5 times higher. And on 50, that would be about 375. Another method that I like is Fibonacci, because it seems as if these levels just magically happen to appear at key points, like in here. No, that's not a key point. Here would be, though. And that's the whole point of why I say this, because I wouldn't expect it to move to just here. I would expect it to go to this point. And if it did go here, this line would move up to 20, and the price action would move somewhere close to 300. Also, another method is this Fibonacci line moves here, and this Fibonacci line moves up here. And if that's the case, price action would actually have to go to 1300. Actually, I'm going to remove these bands here because they do annoy me on this particular time frame anyway. So therefore, if that's pretty extreme, isn't it? I mean, 1300 on move to 50. I mean, that's just like you're like one of those salesmen trying to get me to buy and get all my hopes up. And well, I'm just going through what the message of the market and history tells me, because if it can go from 50 to 4 without reverting the trend, that's over a 90% correction, then that's relatively big. So that's basically what I look for. Is it capable of such? This tells me that that's the case. How long would it take to get there? Well, we see here we have 1 year going from 5 and change to 50. Close to 10 times in 1 year. And then we can see here we go from 5 and change to 50 in over a decade. Or about a decade. So it could be slow, it can be fast. It could take 1, 2, 3 periods to make it smooth. It could take a dozen or so. Or dozen or 15 or 20 periods. And that's really all you can really say about that. You just know what it's capable of. Is it capable of the big moves? Yes. That's really what it comes down to. So thank you for tuning in. Take care.